right.
That's awesome.
JP, naturally.
What up? What up?
What's up?
What's going on, guys? So, I just said your name, but for the people listening, they don't know who's who. So,
All right. Well, I'm JP.
I'm naturally.
Yeah, I'm the owner of State of Mind Entertainment. We're
Okay.
a recording studio, record label. And, yeah, we produce in-house. We have artists. You know, we have a good team. We've really put some structure to this and put in years, put in work. And Naturally is one of the artists.
Work hard. What's up, y'all? My name's Naturally. Hip hop artist in St. Louis. St. Louis native, you know. We all just out here trying to live our dream, push work, you know. Work every day. That's what it takes to get here.
good shit, good shit. All right, everybody, now you have a fucking name with a voice. We know who we are, know who we're talking to. So, let's just start with the fucking horse in the room right here.
Eminem.
We got
That's
the
crazy.
fucking we got Eminem here.
Oh,
Yeah,
Billboard
man.
magazine.
What's
Right.
up? We got Eminem, MGK.
Yeah, I bet
Right.
MGK ain't never been on a Billboard magazine.
Ain't that the truth?
So what's up with that? What are
Man.
you guys' thoughts on that?
His career's over.
What, MGK?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it. I think
I
I think he's gonna be out here pushing, but Eminem got the better of him. Don't mess with the guy, man. The dude is cold. He's a cold lyricist. You know.
Yeah.
It's what that girl say earlier. She said, "Don't mess with a legend."
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah. So you guys, were you fucking with MGK at all before this?
Eh.
No.
A little bit, not really. I mean, I like it. There's some of his stuff that I was cool. I could bump.
Yeah.
I just starting to like, kind of caught my attention, and then he started with them, and it's like, oh, okay,
Okay.
you gonna work with the big dogs, and then
Okay.
that
he
made
can't run with the big dog. He got to
Mhm.
stay on the porch. I can't believe they booed him off stage. He tried to play his song.
I heard that.
And
Where
they
was this
booed
at?
him
Where'd
off
they boo?
stage.
Virginia? Where
Something
was,
like that,
Something like
yeah.
that on the East Coast.
It's
So
crazy.
So you weren't fucking with them before either, then?
Nah, never, man.
Why not?
I'm an Eminem fan because I like originality in my music,
Uh-huh.
and he didn't seem very original to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man. See, I'm coming from a different angle on this one because,
okay.
man, I fucking love MGK. Man, since Laces Up, that came hard. Fucking, was it Laces Up or Lace Up? Lace Up. His Black Flag mixtape, bro, one of the hardest. He put that out the same time Mac Miller, rest in peace, put out Faces.
Yeah, rest in peace, Mac.
Put out his fucking Faces mixtape. I was bumping them for probably 6 months, both of those mixtapes back to back. In fact, MGK has a song called Alpha Omega. I listened to that.
I am the Alpha. I am the Omega.
Man, that shit
Mhm.
had me so hyped. I listened to that on replay over and over and over.
Yeah, it
And-
was hard.
And
I
that
like
was the
that
song
song.
that I listened to right before I fought on Bellator at Scott Trade downtown. So
Okay.
it has a special place in my heart, man.
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
shit gets
yeah.
me so amped. So I heard his diss track, and I'm just like, you
was good.
You don't ever know like
it
what's
was.
hearsay, you know?
Right.
True.
It's like
Behind the scenes.
who's telling the truth? Who
Yeah.
is it? You know?
Right.
You never fucking know.
That's media.
And I was talking to my one boy, and he's such a business mind. He's like, it's all fucking bullshit. He's like,
Right.
it's all just fucking PR. Everything's planned. He's like, they're coordinating. They're all just getting money. Possible.
I don't
It
know
really
though, man.
is.
He got booed off stage,
I
bro.
see-
Right. It didn't-
I-
it
Like
definitely
these
didn't help
fans
his
out here,
career.
these fans out here, they loyal fans. You understand? So it's like when he ended Ja Rule's career, it's the same deal.
It's real for the
It's
fans.
like these, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So that once it
Right.
starts happening, then all of a sudden he starts losing money, and then it's like then you really in trouble.
But if if MGK's in the position where his following is whatever, now he's beef with M. Now all these people know who he is.
Yeah, but they
True.
still shut
I'll
him
give
down.
him that.
Is there bad publicity?
I mean,
When
I've
they
heard-
boo you off stage,
I mean, do you think this helped his career? Honestly, do you think what happened helped his career?
I don't know.
Do you think it's benefiting him right now?
I think he's getting more publicity for sure. I mean, there's no bad PR really. I mean, if people are talking about you, like Eminem is the GOAT. Like he's up there. He's at the top of everybody's list. If he's not he's in top 5, top 10 for everybody,
Right.
depending on who the fuck you are.
yeah.
Right? So to be associated with that, whether he gets, in my opinion, I fucking love that Rap Devil song. Like,
Yeah, it was good.
he came hard. Whether
It sounded like Eminem wrote it.
I'm hearing some shit. Yeah, I mean, there's shit floating
It's
around
good.
like he has people helping him
Right.
write it. Maybe it was already written a long time, like it's been written for years or some shit.
Right.
That I don't know, but it was a dope ass song.
I agree.
I like
was.
that
Agreed.
shit.
Hands
I
down.
like
good.
that shit.
Hands
Now,
down.
if we're talking, I think if we start breaking down like who's the better lyricist. We're breaking down like structure of rhymes,
Well,
who's rhyming syllables, and you know what I'm
M's
saying?
cold.
bottom
M.
line though, he's going at the GOAT. And what was M doing at his age? You know what I'm saying? You want to go attack him. I get that, but you don't really have that right yet. You are not where he was at the same age as you. M was killing the game. He was
Nobody
already
will be
on
there.
top. Yeah, right. You can't say that. We don't know the future. There's going to be someone else just as cold that's going to come out
I
and
agree
have
to
some
that.
heart,
I
just
agree
like
to
a
that.
Pac. Like
Yeah.
he touched people because that shit was real.
It was
You know
a
what I'm saying?
movement. It
And
was,
so-
it was life changing.
And so this is like, I feel like this rap beef right now between them two is really kind of petty. It's some bullshit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's in your feelings type shit, which is good for M. He just put out a new album. It's definitely helping him.
Yeah.
And MGK's getting a little more exposure, so it's kind of helping both sides here.
Yeah.
So
booed
it
off
is.
stage.
At
I
one
feel
place,
you. I
at one
feel
place,
you.
other places, he's rocking the fucking
True,
cover
true.
art, and he has the whole crowd giving a big fuck you to him. So,
Right, right.
And they both
What
from
about that
Detroit,
one?
right? They both from Detroit.
No, he's from Cleveland.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I thought he
MGK's
was
from
from
Cleveland.
Detroit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty bipartisan to it all, but
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's good for
I
them
love
both
it.
in a way.
I love it.
But-
I don't like it. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, man, you are just kind of being just a little sensitive, bro.
Yeah.
Did you?
That's
I
funny.
asked JP before this about. Did you check out the interview that M did with Sway?
Nah.
So it's obvious, like, I don't think Eminem's done an interview in years. So it's interesting that he did. It was a very controlled interview, right?
And he chose Sway to do
because
it.
he
That's
chose
crazy.
Sway. And
Yeah.
Sway's a good choice for an
Mhm.
interviewer,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Agreed.
It was very interesting to hear his perspective.
Wish I'd have heard it.
I got distracted. All good. But yeah, it was interesting to hear his perspective. So he seemed like he only touched on the MGK thing briefly. He talked about how like MGK wasn't even on his radar until like a year and a half ago or some shit. But
Huh.
either way, the most
Believe it.
interesting thing though I thought about that interview, not related to MGK, is whenever he started talking about the song Stepping Stones and how,
I heard that song.
him
It's
talking
good.
about like moving on from D12.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys are very familiar with that at all?
Yeah, I understood what he was saying.
Yeah, it was just interesting to hear his perspective on that.
Yeah, he was in remorse. He felt remorse for it. He's like, man,
Yeah.
I had a squad with me and I had to go on and do my thing. But
Yeah. So who are you guys fucking with these days? Do you listen to much music?
no, I kind of fuck with Naturally.
Yo.
That's it. Just focused on your craft.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want someone else to influence my music. I like to be original with my stuff. You know,
Yeah.
so.
Right.
Yeah. What about
You know, I
Same.
I got a rock background, so man, I still jam out to the point. I love the rock. I like old rock. I love way back point.
classic rock.
You know, the way backs, the 90s, all that. But really, you know, nowadays, I still rocking with older bands, man. I love
Yeah,
reggae. I like
old
classic rock. I like some classical.
Yeah.
Because I'm producing too, and I like to have some music impact a little bit, but more of the emotion rather than what they did to their beat. It's like, ooh, the vibe of this song is really good. I'm gonna create something with that vibe within me using different instrumentation.
right.
So I look at music like and listen to it so differently now. I'm like, oh, that's placed here, that's over here.
Right.
Oh, I like what they do with the vocals. So I'm like constantly critiquing.
You're a
So
trained ear now.
yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. So I get both of those perspectives because I feel like you don't want to be. I understand like you not wanting to be like influenced.
Well, I had somebody recently ask me, they're like, hey, you could kill the Drake flow, you know, like do what Drake's doing or do what this person's doing.
You
or-
want to do what you do though.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want to be like Eminem got huge because he was himself. You know,
Yeah.
he wasn't stealing somebody else's sound. He wasn't stealing somebody else's rhythm or ride or flow. Or
Yeah.
it's like I just
Mhm.
try to be myself. you know?
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, I feel like anybody who's actually doing something, like once you start immersing yourself in that world, one, you kind of lose interest in actually just spectating and watching. In this case, listening.
Right.
And then you also, who has time? Like I noticed, like whenever I was fighting, or even now podcasting, like we'll talk about fighting. Like whenever I was fighting, I stopped watching fighting. I'm too busy doing it, and I don't
Correct,
really
correct.
have time. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
I'd watch some tapes and things here and there to like kind of study and learn, but I didn't. Who has time for that?
Correct.
And then
Right.
I get your perspective because, like, influence, not influence, but like inspiration. Like, so you're listening from a different angle. Like, you have, you've acquired a skill to where you can hear these things and pick up that like I could never hear.
Hmm.
So I can understand. So talk more about your background because that's really interesting. So like, what is the history of JP? Like, what got you into music? What's your drive, dude?
I mean, all right. So at a young age, my dad, he started out as a DJ in St. Louis, my real dad, and he worked his way up. He went to Texas, was DJing, and somebody found him, and they went to his club and were like, "Man, I love what you're playing. Do you want to come be a music director at the station?" So long story short, he worked his way up to being the music director at K Rock in New York. Howard Stern's. Yeah,
So what kind of
Howard
DJ was
Stern's.
he? Like a rock DJ?
Yeah, I mean, he played all types of stuff. It was dance clubs and everything.
Okay.
He had a breakdance team
So you
and
grew up
stuff,
listening to all types of music.
Yeah,
All of
so
it.
it was mainly rock, rock and roll, going to shows with him every weekend. But that was my early on. I was a young kid,
Yeah.
and that was my early on kind of career in music. Watching him actually have a career in
Yeah.
music
And where was this at?
In New York
In New York.
and
So you're
Texas.
from New York?
Nah, St. Louis.
You're
born.
from St. Louis. And you're
Yeah.
traveling with your dad?
Yeah, I traveled. I visited him every summer. I was on his radio shows and
That's
stuff like
dope.
that. It was crazy. So I was around music forever. But actually getting into hip hop, man, I would just freestyle with my buddies, right? And Big Juke, one of my artists, I met him, and he was he's like, he called me the next day after a good freestyle, I guess, and he's like, "Bro, do you remember what you said last night?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I was having fun."
You're like, what you talking about? Faded?
Right.
We're
Hit
having a good
song,
fucking
bro. That's
time.
it.
Right. And he's like, "Man, like you need to start writing." That was like really good. And I'm like, "Yeah, all right." And so then I actually started writing. We put together an album in a month, and it just sparked this passion. And I'm like, "Man, I'm gonna get good at this. I want to learn. Like, I want to learn all that I can about this."
Yeah.
And that's really what kind of jump started it. Put myself back through school. Met Natural Lee,
What
Talor. And that's really what got me back in and made this my life. Like every day, I will be working on music every day. So that's
So
Yeah.
So how old were you at this time? When was this?
when.
Whenever like you first started, before you went to school, you were flowing. When was this time? Was this in high school?
Yeah, I mean, I was flowing in high school, but it was more like where I actually started taking it seriously.
Yeah.
So that was probably about 8, 9 years ago when I first met Juke, and
Okay.
we really hit it off, and then he pushed me in the right direction, and we really started to work.
Okay.
And then professionally, probably mixing and doing all this, maybe like in between 3 to 5 years. It depends on what you would call professional. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, either
you
way,
know.
man, like that's close to a decade,
Right.
working at your craft. And where'd you go? So you went to school for music.
Yes, I went to Extreme Institute at Vatterott College.
Yeah,
When
so
I was
tell the
there,
folks
Nelly
about
was
that.
sponsoring it. It was amazing, man. It is what you make it. I've went to school before, and it wasn't the best. Like, it wasn't the best experience because I'm like, yeah, whatever. But when I went there, it was just so easy. It was so easy to be get an A because I loved it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And the networking is unreal. Like, if you gotta wean out the weakest 20%, but the people that you could see networking and building with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still have a bunch of friendships, and I'm seeing them excel. I'm excelling. It's amazing when you don't break bridges and you build them, and
Well,
that was a great place for
True
that.
story there. That's good.
Yeah. So what specifically were you studying there?
It was audio engineering with production,
Okay.
management.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that where you met Lee?
Yeah.
Is that where you guys met?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
where we
yeah.
met.
Okay.
And I went on the audio engineering side, and he
I
was on
took
the business
the
side.
business.
So you studied the business side.
Correct.
Okay. So what got you into music? What? Tell me more about Natural
I
Lee.
grew up around music. My grandfather was like here in St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis, by the way. But here in St. Louis, my grandfather was like a big blues drummer. You know,
Okay.
so it was always like in my family, in my blood. And then growing up as a kid, I got into choir and band and started playing instruments and started learning how music really works. And then from there, I got into like most people do, getting partying, getting drunk.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Got the outside world
Right.
at school,
Living
and,
that rock and roll life.
I lost control, but I always still listen to music. I was always surrounded by music, whether it be country or blues or jazz, rock, metal, hip hop. Like, it was all an influence to me. And then I got in some trouble, but I got in some drugs, and it kind of helped me. It kind of made me start to focus really on music more. And then I realized, man, I can't be doing this like this way. I had to gain a focus on how you really want to push a music career, and you don't, like, to have a vision, to someone look at you as you're all strung out, but you're still making good music. But to me, it doesn't. To me, it's like, nah, I don't want that look. I don't want that. I don't want that vision. I would rather cut that off, look at this clearly, and look at with a hard, strong focus, and then start happening for me.
So it
Mhm.
sounds like music's kind of been that constant for you, but
It kept me it kept me alive.
yeah,
You know,
what
like,
what was that low point like for like what that look like for you?
oh man.
Do you feel like getting into that?
Yeah, I get into it. It ain't no thing to me. It's a part of life. It's something that you go through to make you a better you. You know.
Yeah, man.
Right, I feel like a lot of us have been at a low point.
We
I've
all do.
definitely know my lowest from like right now.
Yeah,
So I
man.
feel that,
So
and
it's
it
like
definitely made me a better person. So
it
I'm,
builds
Everybody
you in a
has
way.
low
that.
points. Nobody
Right.
nobody goes through life unscathed, man.
That's why there's some
100%.
when people like suicide. I think that those people were. I get that they've dealt with a lot of stuff, but those are the weak ones that can't get over that hill, man. You got to get over the hill. To anybody out there that's listening, you on a hill right now, you got to get over the hill. You know,
Yeah,
it's like you can't fall back. You
reach
can't
out
just
to
give
somebody,
up.
man.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no doubt.
A lot of people,
No
you know,
doubt.
feel secluded, and you don't have a strong support system, and it's a rough feeling. I've definitely have fallen into some depressions.
Yeah,
in
man,
life,
it's hard,
and
man.
I've fucking had those thoughts, like, man, like, would anybody even fucking care?
And when
Right,
when you ain't got
exactly.
nobody to turn
Right.
to
Would
either,
they?
you know
Right.
what I'm
like,
saying?
yeah.
I've seen people reach out on social media and just reaching out looking for somebody, and they find somebody that ain't even their family, ain't even their friend,
yeah.
that kind of helps them out, and it's like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, you never know what kind of impact you can have on somebody's life. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So what was
My bottom was, man, I got out there on some drugs, and my family. I have kids. I have 4 children. God bless them. They're awesome. But I got out there and I lost them. You know, I couldn't see them. I couldn't see nobody would help. Nobody would give me any way out. So I came to the realization, like, I really came to the point of death, you know, that really made me get over the hump. I faced it. I looked at it square in the face. Like,
like
it's
you almost
crazy.
you almost OD'd?
I don't even perceive it as an OD, because it was all mental. Like, it was like I was in a position to where I was seeing life events happening,
Yeah.
and then it was my turn. Boom.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I felt like I was gone. And then I woke up in my van, and I had my bowels had moved. You
You
know what I'm
woke up,
saying? It
though.
was weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy.
So that's
What-
why I feel like I'm back for
You know what's-
some kind
you-
of reason. You know
you
what
know
I'm
what's
saying?
cool about the story too? Just to kind of chime in on that.
Yeah.
It's
I woke up the
it's-
next morning, went to prison, and then 21 days later, got out and went to the prison here in St. Louis.
Mhm.
Went to EI,
Right, and that's where we met.
graduated from EI.
Right.
Met this guy at EI. We built this studio together, me, him, Juke, and a few other hands, you know.
Yeah.
And now we're pushing to what we have. It's like, this is living proof of, if you get into a position of death or failure, or you don't think anyone else can help you to get out, man, you gotta grab.
You gotta reach out.
You gotta
you know.
grab yourself by the balls and look yourself in the mirror.
And
be
you know
like,
what's cool about that is you're
This
a
is
case.
my life.
You're a case like that I like to look at too, because it's like it's humbling experience being a part of it. Because when I did meet you, you were right. Your family wasn't like your best friend at the time. You know what I'm saying? They were
Yeah,
out
they
to
weren't.
get you a little bit.
Yeah.
Your kids weren't seeing you. Baby
Right.
mamas were not trying to see you.
Yeah.
And now though,
Hey, it's
honestly,
legit. It's
he's
legit.
been up here grinding, working hard, and now all of his baby mamas, they're like, hey. You know, you could see the kid when you want.
Besides one, and
yeah.
she's still a stickler. But
She's stubborn, right.
She's a
But
child.
it's
you know?
humbling watching the change and seeing how, family being proud of you. You're
Yeah,
up
it's
here
cool, man.
grinding, and
It's
your
awesome.
kids hanging out with them, and watching you just feel.
I'm like a flower, guys. You know,
just
I'm
growing,
like
right?
a flower that don't die.
right.
Yeah.
You definitely got some petals that come off here and there.
Yeah.
Hey, man, fuck. I mean, I think it just shows that, well, one, you hit your lowest point, but you immediately did something about it, right?
Yeah, you have to. In my eyes,
Right.
man, I'm like, I can't leave this world. I got people that rely on me, man.
Right.
Like the,
We all go through some shit. We all face hard times, but I mean, you can always put in the work and change your fucking situation. Like you started,
no
you
matter
started
what,
focusing,
man.
you
Right.
pivoted, you redirected your energy.
like I was hanging around heroin addicts. I mean,
Mhm.
the worst position you could be in life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you want out, you can get out. You just have to find what you want to do and go grasp it and do it.
It's gonna be work. It's gonna be challenging.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a challenge.
is necessary for life.
No doubt.
I mean,
It
if
is.
you're not challenging yourself, then like what
But
the fuck are
If
you
it doesn't
doing?
challenge
What's
you,
it
it won't
worth
change
at the
you.
end if it didn't
You
challenge
know what I'm
you?
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
one of my favorite quotes.
if somebody handed me $1 million and I worked for 10 years and then made $1 million, I feel a lot more prideful when I work for that shit.
You're gonna spend it
than
differently.
someone handed me it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah,
You know?
you gotta earn it. Earn
Yeah.
everything.
Right.
Earn everything.
It's crazy.
So, dude, this space that we're in is fucking dope. What
Hell
how
yeah.
long have you guys been in here? Like what's
So,
what's the
man,
story here?
honestly, bought the building about 3 years ago now, and it took about 3 actually. Yeah. So it took, blood, sweat, and tears. We got the space, and me and my guys, me, Lee, Juke, old engineer, Big A, we all, grinded the floors, painted the floors, painted all the walls.
Yeah.
Built the vocal booth. I mean, we really put it all into this. So it took about 2 years. I kept telling everybody, hey, it'll be ready in 6 months. 6 months.
Yeah.
And then
For
2
like
years
2
later.
years,
Dude,
yeah.
nothing ever.
Right.
It's always longer.
Yeah, man.
We was
it's
in
like-
school telling all the higher ups in school, like, hey, you guys come check out the
Yeah, you guys
studio in a
gotta come
couple
check it
weeks.
out, yeah.
It'd be done.
But here
They're
it
like,
is.
and they were right. It took 2 years. But, man, it took 2 years. We opened, and, this is what it is. It's a good space. We really care about your music as much as you do. If you're an artist out there, we care, and I feel like that's like what's helped us succeed this past year. We've been open since last August, and man, it's been fun.
You can bring your little small entourage in here. You can whip up some food. We got a
Yeah.
kitchen inside the studio.
right.
Yeah.
Get your little catering service coming here.
Well,
You
I
cater
think
while
it's
you
just beautiful to see
record.
the beginnings, right? So, I mean,
Mhm.
this is still, it took you guys 2 years, but this is still only just the beginning.
Right. What do you see right there?
That's the first $20.
Nice.
It's the first $20 bill, man.
Hey,
It's like,
you got it framed. And the thing is, like, you can tell, like, your label, I mean, you guys are family. Like,
hell yeah.
everything's
Oh,
family
yeah.
right now. Like, this is
Teamwork.
all, like, ground floor. Everybody's grinding together, like,
Mhm.
doing the damn thing.
right.
How many artists you guys got?
I guess it'd be 3 hip hop, 1 R&B, and 1 acoustic singer. So it'd be me, JP, Naturally, Big Juke, Talor, and Jabari, or Achilles Gold.
Achilles Gold.
Achilles Gold.
Okay.
You can look us
So-
all up on Instagram, y'all.
Yeah.
Look us up on our name.
So, yeah, man, we all kind of found each other at different points in our lives, and we all really vibed out together, man. We'll sit down, some will play live instrumentation, maybe I'll make a beat, but we'll all just start vibing out, and the energy that we bring to each other
Yeah.
is magical. And that's like really what a family is. We complement each other. If we need to be broken down, we'll break each other down, but typically we're building each other up. So it's like
that's what it
it's
takes,
just love.
man. That's definitely what it takes.
It's crazy. The world just brings us together,
So when was the initial inception of State of Mind? Like, when was that?
Like the thought of it.
Yeah, because
Man.
business starts before it's tangible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when it's like, all right, this is State of Mind, and this is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
When was that? When was that moment?
Would you meet the
long
devil or
time.
something? You sold your
Yeah,
soul for that
right.
one?
Nah. So it was me and me and 3 other guys, right? And we were good friends at the time. We all had our own idea of what this could be. We all sat down. We thought of State of Mind Entertainment, and
State of
it was
mind.
a group kind of effort. But some friendships just, it just didn't work out. We tried to. I structured it. I initially set everything up, and I set it up just, as equal as it could have been. Do you know what I mean? And it just didn't turn out with people. They just, their lives, had their own turn. Some had to move away. Some had another job. They couldn't put enough time in.
Dedication, man.
Yeah,
The sacrifice. That's
so
what,
they
that's what it takes.
pretty much weaned themselves out.
Okay.
And I still had this idea, and I'm like, look, this is really what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it. So
bro, you gotta grow the fuck up. You can't just be doing music,
yeah,
right?
Man.
right.
Hey, you
so many
guys still
people
rap?
say
You still
that.
doing that rap thing?
Yeah.
guys still
There's a guy that
rapping?
come in the
Yeah,
studio,
man.
man, and he paid to come in here. He get a bunch of hours and stuff. And he looked at me the other day. He was outside. He looked at me. He's like, "Hey, man, do you ever feel like you're doing this for nothing?" And I'm like, "Nah, bro.
No, that's why
I'm
we
like,
have a team.
it's the love of the music too.
Yes.
It's like I don't feel like I'm doing it for nothing. I feel like I'm doing it just 'cause I want to do it.
Yeah.
It's coming out of me.
Everybody has doubts.
Right.
Everybody
I
has
doubt
doubts.
it.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean,
but
there's
it's like-
times I'll be sitting in here and I'll write a hook to a song, right? And I'll be like, and I'll listen to it for real.
and
Some
you
are
think it
some are
sound like
amazing.
shit or
Oh
something,
man,
yeah.
I'll be like, God, that was awful.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did I catch that flow on that kind of beat? But then, like, scratch it,
It's a
erase.
building process
Yeah,
still,
learn,
you know?
learn from your own mistake.
Yeah, you got to suck
So,
it first.
Yeah, exactly.
None of us are perfect with our music, man. We're still learning. From 2 years ago to today, from 6 months ago to today,
From tomorrow to today.
our music has
will
grown.
always be
You know
learning.
what I'm saying? True. Like if I record a
real
song
shit.
one day, come back the next day, I've grown a little bit because
Right.
Yeah.
we build each other. You know.
Absolutely. There's a saying I heard that I think I might have told it to Jake. Like, if you're not embarrassed of who you are a year ago, like then you're not like learning and growing.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and that's what I love about doing anything like for the first, like when you start anything challenging, anything new. Like I love seeing the progression, like getting better. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's like fuck, man. It's like you can see it, you can feel it. And it's like, oh man, this is fucking cool as shit. Like.
Right.
I love this, like, and then it just gets better and better. It just starts building and snowballing.
It's good when you have people around you too that help you get better though. Like
Yeah, you have people
we had an
pushing.
engineer here before. I mean, he's a great guy. God bless his heart and stuff. But
No
like
names.
I would record with him and he wouldn't give me no extra. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be like, "What if you did this to make this sound and it could make it better?"
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
No
It's
input
like
at all.
there would be no what ifs or
Yeah.
it's like
Was he a creative guy?
very.
Yeah, he's good. He's talented.
It's just
no doubt.
He's a
He
little
only puts his
stingy with his-
passion into things that he likes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But
It's
that's
a little more
people,
personal,
I mean,
but yeah, it's
I feel like if anybody out there looking to come record a State of Mind, our engineer now puts his full effort into you,
no doubt.
100%.
I
Just need
think-
to let you guys
And I think
know
that is something though that sets us out aside from other studios.
Correct.
Because I am the owner and producer engineer.
Mhm.
So like when you come in, I'm like, they're gonna be talking about where they went to get this,
passion.
and I'm gonna put my work in. I'm gonna make sure you're
100%.
happy.
Mhm.
You know,
You're putting your all into this.
Yeah,
like, this
man.
is-
He's gonna
this
make you a better
Is,
you.
this is you
right? It's us, but yeah, it's me in
Yeah.
a way, no doubt.
for sure.
It's
I'm sure it holds a special place in everybody's heart, but just a little bit of a different spot for you.
yeah, it's work too.
Yeah, man. But
Sure.
you
Give
guys,
us like 3 years, y'all, and we be signing some artists if y'all's interested.
but you guys are like in a prime location. Like you're fucking right here downtown.
Yeah, and from what I heard, Jupiter did just shut down. They were right down the street.
Yeah, and Buddha shutting
And,
down too,
Buddha's
right?
shutting down is what I heard. I didn't read it. We had a podcast last week, and the guy brought it up. So
Okay.
if it is true, we're in a great spot now. We're where people are used to coming for studio time, except just a little in between.
Yeah.
But they're used to it. Like they know
It's
the
familiar.
area. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's good. That's a good little thing.
So come on, walk on in, guys.
Right.
Get your studio time. Get your studio time.
Just vibe out for real.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
come vibe out. See what we do.
It's cool, man. Well, there was just the first night I met you guys, we were out here in the garage, and
Yeah.
everybody you had beats going on, and everybody just vibing and just fucking going, just like you just had all creative energy.
Mhm.
It was a good atmosphere.
We
That's
do that
what's
a
up.
lot, man.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, that's one of the coolest things is, a lot of people go out with all their friends. But, like, hey, we got 10 people together right now. When we have 10 people together, we're typically all artists. We're all creatives.
Yeah, we're
in
all
this.
rapping.
So we're like, let's sit in the studio. We put a beat on in the background. We just have this kind of conversation.
Yeah.
And then while we're doing it, there's a beat on the background. So one of us might just, hey, bro, what do you think of this? And then we just
What's
start
that, like
spitting. the hook.
Diamonds? That song, Diamonds?
God, yeah, that one. Yeah. It
Y'all
just
gonna
comes
hear
out
it.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's so cool that it happens for everybody there.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own little moment. And it's
Yeah.
great because we all want to hear that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's magic, dude. It-
Yeah.
It really makes you wonder, like, where does that shit come from? Like, what is that?
Who
It
knows?
comes from us.
Yeah.
It comes from
it's-
our creative energy that we have inside of ourselves. If we tap into it and we understand what it is, then we can use it and move
Mhm.
forward.
that is the question, though.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? It's amazing, though.
It's like, what is consciousness? It's
Yeah.
it's like, where do ideas come from?
You want to talk to a scientist about that, or you want to talk to God?
Shit.
What is it,
What is God?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, what is it?
I
You
believe
don't ever
God
know.
is within. I think God is within us all, and the journey's within. But
Yeah, you
that's-
just know
that's my
yourself and be
belief.
yourself and know you're comfortable and know where you're at and listen. You're,
Feed.
you're A-okay.
Yeah. So, you guys got some some upcoming projects.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What's going on? What's cooking in the lab, man? What's cooking?
So right now, the first album that we're gonna put out is JP vs. Natural Lee. I'm gonna produce all the beats. We'll have about 12,
Okay.
and Natural Lee's gonna be on the whole album. I might, I'm kind of more like a Dre.
Yeah.
I'll throw some hooks on, throw some verses here and there.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is Lee. Lee's here, every day. He's working, he's grinding. So we're getting this going, and he's a great artist. And after that project, after we push that out, we got to just work on some videos, a couple more songs, and we're there on that one. And then
Okay.
our next project's going to be a compilation album. We're going to show everybody the flavors of State of Mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're going to give you every flavor. And
Big
dope.
Juke.
and you guys get to see. So if you like one artist, good. Okay, then after that you'll see their personal projects, their own, that are going to be coming out. But those are the two that our main focus is on right now.
Okay. How many tracks you think would be on
The
this
compilation album
on this first one?
on this album,
Yeah.
12 at least with a
Probably
couple.
12.
Yeah.
What about the other one?
The other one, it's
12
up
to
in the air.
14?
Yeah, 12 to 14.
Yeah.
It just depends on how we decide to write it. Right now we have 80 songs unreleased, ready to go.
Shit.
So we're picking and choosing, and we're creating more.
Yeah, and it's still building process. Yeah, exactly
Right.
right. It's crazy.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have quite a bit in the vault. Just kinda
Yeah.
sitting
And
there
every day
ready.
we make a new song and
New
with a
beat,
new
new
feeling.
song,
It's
yeah.
like and we're getting better with our lyricism, with his melodics, how he produces in the beat room. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
it's
just
crazy.
it's really amazing just watching ourselves grow, and it's funny because we were just talking about that. Like watching someone grow is an amazing process.
Yeah.
So we've thought about that too, and we're like, man, this song is really good, but the production at the time wasn't amazing.
Mhm.
So, and it's like older, and so we're like, man, so should we strategically put some of these out and let them let
Watch
the
the
fans
growth?
watch the growth,
Yeah.
or we throw in these bangers right away. So it's like there's different directions to take. So
Yeah.
that-
I personally, I mean, for whatever the fuck it's worth, I would say I think letting people see your progression and growth and grow with you is a beautiful thing. I think keeping some shit back that you can release later
mm-hmm.
is cool as well. But I think, yeah, man, I think like just document, and just like let people see. Like they love that shit, man. Like they love the process, they love the passion, and like people want to be a part of it.
No doubt.
So I think letting people in on that is fucking huge.
Yeah, I'm with that. It's a cool idea. There's so much to it with copyrights and how
Yeah.
financially you want to spend it as a label. Like, okay,
Yeah.
so we can put all this out for free. We can do,
Go ahead.
and just we could push it out there, which we are going to do. But if I'm going to put it out there, I want to put it out there right and have a video to it. I want to get it to where when you
Yeah.
view it, you want to watch it again. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a journey, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's fun. We're gonna figure it out. We're on we already have a goal. We already have our goals set. We're just setting on achieving them, and they're not out of reach. So
Yeah, no, I can dig it.
yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, we were just joined by another artist here.
for State of Mind Entertainment.
Who do we got here?
Big Juke.
Big
ATL.
Juke.
Yeah, Big Juke.
Yeah.
This is
What's
the
up, homie?
this is the guy I was telling you guys about that sparked my my passion for
yeah.
music, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Me and little bro, we go way back.
Yeah, that's
So
what he was
we-
saying,
yeah.
man. Fill us in, homie.
We-
Fill us in. What's going on?
Man, life happened. All this is organic. Like, we can't. No one can take this from us, and we can't do nothing but get stronger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, man, when we started this, freestyling, of course,
Right.
like fucking around, being drunk, and one thing
Mhm.
led to another. I was like, man, you should write, because he knew I wrote and made
And
beats in
producing the
past.
beats, yeah.
So now we got all of this. It just makes everything sharper, everything a little bit better. So
Yeah.
Oh
it's,
yeah.
it's
a humbling
force
experience.
to be reckoned with,
Yeah,
especially
it is.
to
Yeah.
all the great musicians that was here in the past in this city. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just gonna keep that blood pumping and have that line just come back to the loop.
Yeah.
Put that light back in St. Louis.
Did you go to Vatterott too?
No, I ain't
No.
go to no school. I school for like technical work, but
Yeah.
nothing for music. It was just all self-taught.
Mhm.
Took the time to I just fuck with it, man. Like learn, I learned from watching and hands-on. So it's
Yeah, shoot. When I first stepped into the Beat Lab, like before we actually had a Beat Lab,
Yeah.
we had it on we had FL Studio on a laptop, and he was over there cooking something up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what is this? Like this is awesome. You made that beat? And I was just so impressed, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Mind blown.
Yeah, and then I'm like, dude, this is awesome. And then I started, working with him and steadily growing with it.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Like, dude,
he learned what I have learned, and he got sharper with it.
Yeah.
He came back from school and taught me
He
some
taught
shit.
you
So I
something.
was just
Yeah,
like,
man.
hey, he taught me how to make them faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the talent to fuck with sounds, but man,
Just
the
making
way
you-
I structured it in
Mhm.
the past, you'd be like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, that's so sloppy,
Yeah.
dude. You gotta
Man.
start somewhere though. So
Yeah.
you helped with the foundation. It's
Yeah.
funny you say that because, well, I think about there's times in people's lives to where like there's a very obvious event that like altered the whole course of your life.
Yeah,
And it sounds
yeah.
like that was one for you, like
yeah.
freestyling with Juke, and then you saw that program, and then you're just like,
Aha.
something just clicked in your
Yeah.
mind.
So
No
you know
doubt.
what's funny when I don't know why it made me think of this, but how you just phrase that. It's how I put it to like other people. Like when I was growing up, man, I used to love video games and stuff. I used to be in there, first person shooters, whatever. And I was just so serious, and I spent way too much time playing these games. Should have been, studying whatever back in high school, middle school, and like. The only way that I could express my feeling for like production and these programs, Pro Tools, FL, is it's my adult video game. It's
Yeah.
an open-ended game that I can sit there for hours and play, but I can make money from.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, and it's not even about the money, but like it's just
it's just a byproduct.
yeah, it's
yeah.
now it's a video game that has that potential. So why not play it?
Absolutely.
It's over another game, like for me, it's just
yeah.
it's love, man. It's real feeling when you hear my beats. Like that's the emotion that I felt
Yeah.
that time of making the beat.
Yeah.
And that's cool because I swear, you hear the beat, you're gonna be like, oh, I feel the mood, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's awesome.
That's dope. Yeah, I mean, and you need that as a producer, right? I mean,
Right,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
And you have to let others inspire an emotion to be able to create that.
yeah,
Is cool.
that's
Yeah.
dope. So, okay, I want some more background on you though, Juke. So, like,
Okay.
let's take us through your story, man. Like, what's up?
Like how I got here.
Yeah, how
from
are we-
Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've been in Atlanta for about 13 years.
Okay. Is it?
I wasn't born there though. Nah, I grew up. I lived in like seven states, man. Like my upbringing, just
Bouncing
moved around. Yeah,
Okay.
No military brat. Just
Okay, so bouncing
single
around.
mother. You know the deal. So I landed in Georgia. I think right after 2001. I graduated in Champaign in high school in Champaign 2001. I went to SWIC. I played ball there for a year.
Champaign, Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my high school. That's where
Okay.
I went to. And then like went to SWIC for a year. That's in Belleville. Played ball. That's my first love was basketball. And I kept getting hurt. I kept injuring my ankles. So I was like, fuck it, trying to change gears.
Yeah.
So
say the basketball dreams are
I
good.
went to Atlanta. Kicked it with my pops. Because he been down there ever since him and my mom split back in like 87.
He's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
Right on, right on.
He's doing good. It's good to see Pops. I think I reunited with him when I was about 9.
Oh, good
So
shit.
everything was cool. And then, I stayed down there, got the vibe of the South,
Yeah.
Met a lot of celebrities, partied a lot. Just living my life, man. Living in the young 20s,
And then you moved back
traveling a
here.
lot. Yeah, I got here 2010.
2010.
I met him.
Yeah, it was about that, right? It was
'Cause
it was like 2009, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe earlier than that.
Yeah.
It's been, let me see. Yeah, it's probably 2009, 2010, like late 2009, 2010, because I was back and
It's been about
forth.
9 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, just about back and forth. I was traveling, man, like, in and out of the States. But doing me, and
Yeah.
we linked up on some business stuff,
Right.
and
Right through some women.
and we just got we was solid, man. Like I had an incident.
Yeah, this
I had an
is great.
incident when I first met him.
You had an
My jaw
incident.
was wired shut.
Yeah.
Why was your jaw
Couple-
wired shut?
Man, I
So you
Man.
can't just say you had an incident.
Nah, he can.
Nah, this was something that happened. Shouldn't
It
have
was
happened.
some-
It was some in-house shit that I got
Yeah,
involved
something that
with.
didn't need to happen.
Oh
And,
man, so you ended
I
up
ended
with
up in the hospital.
really
Yeah.
broken jaw, had to get that shit wired.
Man, we were sitting there chilling, right? And this man has his jaw wired shut, so he's talking
Yeah,
like
I-
this. And I'm like, all right,
Kanye looking at
Facts.
this you cool. And
man,
of
all
course, when I
facts.
met him, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like a big old Mike Vick looking dude
Yeah.
with his
Yeah.
jaw wired shut. I'm like, oh man, And so like we were just vibing out, kicking it, smoking a little, and I'm like sitting there, like just like stoner thought of the day. I'm like, bro, how do you sneeze with your
Yeah.
with your teeth with your jaw wired shut? And
I
he
was
just-
like,
he
I was
just
like
started busting. Yeah.
because no one ever asked me that. Like it was just random, and I'm just like, damn, that's kind of funny. Cause man, yeah,
He just
It's
started.
one- Bro,
Yeah, man. How do you sneeze?
yeah. Everybody was like, it was like 8 people in the living room, man. We was chilling and partying, man, and they was like, yeah, that's wild. But
Man, he was crying, laughing.
oh, that's
Like,
so
and with
funny.
his-
yeah, we met through a chick that we both knew. You
Yeah,
know?
so-
And she was like, man, you should bring you over to this dude I know. He's cool as fuck. So ever since then, we was tight.
Yeah, we
And,
were, man.
Man,
It was cool.
We had
That's
some
beautiful.
times, man.
No.
Like,
yeah.
but yeah, and then we got, even then, I was doing music, and
Yeah.
I learned him hear some stuff then, and he was like, that's you? I was like, yeah, rules.
Yeah, made the beat for
yeah.
Rose. Yeah, I was like, damn.
Riding smoking. He was
What?
like, yeah. So I pretty much, when I left Atlanta, I stopped doing the music. I didn't fuck with it no more. And then we here, and I think we reunited. I started traveling
Yeah.
again. We
Yeah.
reunited on a pocket dial. I was on my way back to Atlanta. This was like 2013.
Mm-hmm.
On my way back,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the hell? I hear some shit on my phone. I'm like, hello? And here we are.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's up? What's up, bro? I haven't heard from you in a couple years,
know,
man. You
man.
good? He's like,
I was like,
eh. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about the universe at work.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
bro. It brings
a
it.
pocket dial, and I'm notorious for that. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
do
are.
do it. Yeah, it happens.
Well, I get pocket dialed all the time. My name's Adam. It's A.
Oh, I
Obvious.
can see that.
I get that shit
Uh-huh.
all the time. But I mean, you're in the J's.
Uh-huh.
How the fuck? I mean,
Right.
Who knows?
I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer in the universe,
That's
and
true,
the energy
man.
you put out, is the energy it gets returned to.
Yeah,
you.
Right,
And
no
man.
doubt.
sometimes just things work. And
No doubt.
if you capitalize on that shit, then
Yeah.
the rest can be history.
Right. That's kind of one of the things we live by, man. Build bridges, don't burn them.
Exactly.
I mean, you never know where that person or where you're gonna be. You might need them in the future. They might need you. And if you burn a bridge, man, you just lost that
Man,
connection
I
forever.
definitely needed him.
You know?
When I was at the position I was in, I needed everybody's help.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was really in the dumps. I was fucked up, man. Like, just got this broken. I just got out of jail, this, that, and
Mhm.
the third. I had to do it 180, man. So
Right.
he got me on that track.
Hey,
Bro, you over here saving lives.
I'm telling you, him and
He
him
did.
and Lee, like I'm dead
said
ass. These
mine.
Dead ass
guys,
serious.
these
said
guys,
mine.
we reconnected. We'll say, at a point like Lee at a low.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was, grinding. I was working. I had just started a cleaning company, and I'm working. And I'm like, shit, man. Well, come work with me, man. Come work. Let's work. Let's go. And I already knew I could trust him, man. We had a great friendship.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, let's go. And then he came back, and that's really though when he like re-inspired the music. When we would get drunk, this isn't back.
Yeah.
This
He
is,
spit a verse so hard. I was like, bro, when you need to write, bro. 'Cause
Yeah.
His delivery was just like, Eminem-esque, and he
Just
had it.
raw.
He
Yeah.
had it, man.
Yeah.
It shocked me. So ever since then,
So you've always been grinding and working.
Yeah,
You gotta-
man.
So was the cleaning business your first business?
Yes, it was. It was. I was actually bartending, and they fired a cleaning company, and it was in between two businesses, and it was a hallway with two bathrooms. And I'm like, you know what? Like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna bill you appropriately.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna bill both of you. I don't work for you at this point. I will take on this job as my own company. And I wasn't insured and everything, so they're like, all right, yeah, we'll kind of see. But I started saving up. they agreed to it after I bought the mop bucket and bought the supplies. So then after that, I saved up again because they were paying crazy. And I'm like, what? Like, this is okay? So I started saving up, and then I would buy more supplies and get everything built. Then I could get it established, the LLC, get insured, pay for insurance. You know, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like for a first-time company, you're like, what is this? And I didn't want to.
Business.
And I didn't want to clean. I still don't want to do it. I still have the business. I still clean. But it's like, it shows like, man, this is why this is so important. The music is so important when I am here, because I did not want to spend every day, even though it was, good money, whatever. I did not want to spend every day scrubbing these toilets, working my ass off in something that I wasn't like really passionate about.
No purpose with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and we were all a part of it. Every single one of us has done the cleaning for that company and then grown out of it, which is amazing for all of us, because it's like we all really have done just crap work,
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean,
quite literally.
You don't appreciate the fucking good things in life unless you go through the shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to go through shit.
Yeah.
You have to go through it.
That's dope as fuck, man. So you still got that business.
Yeah.
You're hustling 24/7. Like,
Yeah.
no fucking exaggeration. Like,
Right.
you're fucking either working that business. If you're not, then you're working this business.
Right. And we're in the process. We're partnered in an event space next door to the studio, which we just got occupancy last month, I believe. Yeah, last month on the 7th.
Shit.
So we're trying to get that rolling, and we have a photo studio 2 blocks up.
Right on.
So it's like, we're just trying to
You're
make
building
it.
a network,
yeah,
man.
We're just trying to help people that want to help us, help them, help us. Just all a give and take. We're willing to go out of our way. Just be willing to go out of yours. That's why you're like, hey, you want to do the podcast, and I will respect your hustle. You're fighting how your work ethic. You can see what you did. You can say that you've started something and you finished it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that in a person is like just so much. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so good to be like, yeah, man, you started and did it.
Yeah, man. It's just all about starting and just taking steps and fucking
Achieving goals.
Yeah, man. Things just build on each other. Like, it sucks. Like, you suck in the beginning, like we were saying.
Right.
And then you just get better and you get better and you get better. Like with this podcast, like, my whole idea was just, again, I just want to just meet people and connect with people and just like, how often do you ever sit down and just have a conversation, like, not look at your phone and just like connect with people? Like, people don't do that shit.
I know, it's sad.
You probably get to do it a little bit more because you take that time here in the studio to work on creative things.
Right. I was gonna say it's a little different, but it's the same. It's the same but different.
Yeah.
Because it's your creative process. I'll be like, no, you didn't do that right. Give me this kind of energy.
Right.
Listen to the beat. It gives you this.
Yeah, man, that's fucking dope, though, man. So, yeah, you're over here saving lives, man. That's the common theme here. Like, people are just kind of in a low spot, and then music fucking saved it.
Right.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And I'm going to regress for half a second for the folks listening. You notice we have Juke here, and Natural Lee stepped away, and that's just because Natural Lee's weak bladder took an effect, and he had to go take a piss.
He's about to get it back.
So I let
for
Juke
real.
just step in here, so we're just keeping the show rolling.
Yeah.
That's why we had the switch. Just letting you guys know. Just letting you guys know it's all
he's coming
love.
back. He's coming back.
Maybe.
Hey, all right. Maybe it's just maybe we'll vibe out, man.
It's all good either
whatever.
way, man. But yeah, man, that's awesome. Like, you're fucking you're growing it. So what's the plan with the photos and the fucking and the event space? Like, are you gonna try to hire photographers? Are you gonna like lease that space out?
Oh,
or
yeah.
You just kind of like.
Oh yeah, all the above. We're gonna have day rates. We're actually gonna start renting out the photo studio as well.
Okay.
I want to put together a package deal. We also manage 2 loft buildings, so we want to put together a package deal. Hopefully within the next 3 to 5 years, that we have an Airbnb, so we could fly in an artist from Chicago, or they could fly in.
Yeah.
We got a place for them to stay. We got a photo shoot for them, and we got the studio time and production if they need it.
Yeah.
So it's a package deal, because, LA, they're offering stuff like that. Go to Atlanta, they are. Nashville's even offering stuff. They're touching on it. You know what I'm saying? And we need to have a good package deal, and there needs to be exclusivity. You need to feel important. When you come here, you can pull your car up in the garage. We're going to shut it. No one's going to even know you're here if you don't want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could be invisible.
Yeah.
And we're not over here showboating, like, look who I'm working with.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? My name will be on the credits. It's cool.
Yeah.
Dude, type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's we want you to come in and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because our clients are all over the board, man.
dude, your vision is, I can just see it. Like, it's phenomenal. Like, you're truly building
Empire.
an empire. That
Yes.
is the
What it's
fucking
about.
word that came. I was about. Dude, you took it right out of my fucking
That's what it's
mouth.
about.
That's what you're like.
Pretty
That's
good at that.
that's where that's where it's going. Like, it's like you're putting every piece into play. You know, chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everything's coming into play. And, like, you're building your network.
Right.
know what I
It's just it's weird too because it's all about timing. So I got to make sure that this one gets to where it needs to go for when this one could start peaking. So that way, when they start intertwining, they're really helping each other
Yeah.
everywhere. You know, with the other avenues. You know.
That's how it works. Yeah, man. I love the quote. I think it was probably Tony Robbins who said it, but like said like everybody overestimates how much they can get done in a year, and they all underestimate what they can get done in 5 to 10. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kind of going back to, man, studio's done in 6 weeks.
Right.
2 years later.
Right.
And just so like just keeping that in mind, like it gives you like the perspective of like being patient, but like constantly like actively hustling and grinding, like knowing it's for a purpose. Even though like right now it's like you may not see a lot of progress like in the forefront, just know like in 3 years, what I'm doing right this very second is gonna be so huge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
So it's just like I'm just like envisioning everything that you guys are working towards, and it's just so fucking cool.
Appreciate that.
Hell yeah, you a part of it now, my man. For
Yeah,
real.
man. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys got going on, man. It's super cool how things work out. You know what I mean? Just
No
fucking
doubt.
connecting with you through my cousin Jake.
Yeah, Jacob,
That's crazy. You do
Teo.
look like
Yeah, my boy Teo.
That's
Yeah,
what's
Teo
happening.
is one of my best
Yeah, he
friends,
cool as
man.
fuck,
He's a great
man. He
dude.
doing his thing too.
Yeah,
Shout
he
out
out
to
here
him. Shout out to
hustling
him.
and working, man.
Hustling, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to.
All love.
Yeah, man. Those are the type of people that you want to associate with. It's
Yeah.
people that are just trying to do some shit.
Yeah.
man. We the thing is though that we treat each other like family. Like I call him like my little bro. Every time I meet people, like, man, that's my little bro.
Shit.
Dead
He ain't
ass.
lying. Last family vacation I went on,
Yeah.
dude,
I'm
he
there.
went with me. I'm dead ass.
I'm in
Really?
2 Christmas pictures. with the
Yeah,
fam.
for real, man.
You
This
look
like
at all
my
these white folks.
we
you
were
like,
we were supposed to
"Who
be
is
brothers,
that?"
right?
Yes.
Like we were supposed to be brothers for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man.
my best friend since we were 11 years old, like he's an Italian dude, and like that's my brother. Like he comes to all the family events. Like my 2 younger brothers, they call him brother. Like
Yeah. See.
yeah, man. Like it doesn't take, you don't got to be blood to be family by any stretch of the imagination.
Mhm.
Blood is thicker than water, but water permeates through shit blood can't. I mean, my quote off that.
Ooh. Oh
Okay.
shit!
He
And
said-
that's Juke.
Juke
And that's Juke.
he's
With
dropping-
that. Damn.
It's fucking everything up, guys. No,
Right,
you're fine,
right.
bro.
Right. He also goes by Dusty Jones. That was a dusty moment.
Oh, good. He dropped the mic on that one.
Right.
He was trying to leave
right.
gracefully, and then he failed.
Mhm.
It was all good. Man, that's all beautiful, man. So, for the folks listening, that wasn't planned by any
Nah.
stretch of the
Nope.
imagination. And both Lee and Juke essentially said the same fucking thing.
Yeah. No doubt. No
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying? Like,
It's a humbling experience.
different
man.
stories, but a very similar,
Right.
you know,
The bros,
theory
man.
there. You know what I mean? Like, going, the fucking phoenix rising from the ashes.
Yeah.
You reach a low point, and then you just like, you know what? I've had enough. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
changing some shit. I'm gonna grow, and then you were kind of that focal point for them, because it seems like you've always kind of been more focused on the grind.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
Grinding.
there's naturally everybody.
Yo,
but,
yo,
Naturally
yo.
is back.
But man, the grinding. I mean, honest to God, man, I was hustling for real from a younger age, man.
What was your real first job? Because I remember I was,
First job or first like actual?
well, first out there
income?
trying to make money. Yeah, because like I was
It
a
was
little kid. man, I
off the
tried
books, we'll say.
Okay.
And that's
backpack man.
yeah, it
The
was
old school gangster
for
style.
real, for real. Whenever I went up to live in New York, I lived up there for like 2 years. That right after, right for high school, and like, yeah, I started like hustling a little bit, man.
That's
and,
business.
Yeah, and I learned how to make money and save money and
Mm-hmm.
network. It's what we're doing now, except legal.
Yeah.
It's and you build trust that way. You find people you can trust.
And
So
then
that
judge
helps for
character.
later. Yeah, it helps for later, especially years down the road. If you can smelling what I'm stepping in. You know what I'm saying?
I'm picking up what you're putting
Is it
down.
in your
Yeah,
backpack?
right. So you know, it's
Oh man, you should have put your phone on silent, man.
Oh,
always-
Sorry. No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
always been
businessman.
always been working, man. Always been hustling.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Work,
yeah,
work,
yeah.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a young entrepreneur, Lee?
You know, I was. Definitely was. I got into some things I
Oh, yeah.
would rather not speak of. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, right. That's kind of why I
yeah.
kept it at that.
I think my first hustle was a little bit more legitimate that I mowed grass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Man, well, so me and my friend, like, since we were fucking 11, like my brother, we would walk around our neighborhood, knock on everybody's door, like,
Yeah.
can we
Oh,
cut your
yeah.
grass? If it's snowing, can we fucking
Can we
shovel?
shovel? Yeah.
Man, we worked that whole fucking neighborhood. At one point, we kind of split ways, and we were like competition, at least for
Right.
mowing. But man, I made business cards. My little
That's
brother
awesome.
found one of my business cards that I made in the basement at my mom's house from like 2000. I don't even know. It's probably 15, 16 years old at least, if not older than that. It's probably 12. 18 years
That's
probably.
so awesome, though,
It's
man.
just like to see that shit.
It's so cool.
Yeah, that's dope ass shit, man. That's
I
dope ass
started
shit.
working at 13, man. My parents owned a campground out where I'm from, man. And it was hard work, but it was fun. It introduced me to a whole different world, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It did. It was crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy that you brought that up, the shoveling and mowing. We still in Midtown, because we're in Midtown St. Louis, right? We still leaf blow, weed whack,
Shovel.
and snow shovel for all businesses out here, and we still grind to do that every winter, every
Maintenance.
summer, man. And we do maintenance work for almost for a lot of these businesses.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Damn.
It's-
Yeah, we
It's-
got to keep that day job, man. This isn't
tell-
what you think
Yeah.
it is. You know, it's not what you just come in and
I tell every creative that unless you do have the 9 to 5 in a creative, you better have a backbone.
yeah, you gotta
You
have
better
something.
have a steady income for your living, and then your creative. If you can transfer that income to your creative side, that's how you do it.
Unless you're getting out here getting signed to Universal or
Right.
some big top label or something, you better work your ass off to get
Even
here.
if you do, you better know how to receive
invest,
that gift.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's in advance. You know, it's not like you
You
get
gotta
that.
pay that back.
Yeah.
So
So
Everything.
it's- they
Yeah, yeah.
built every fucking
Right.
thing. I've never seen those contracts, but from what I've just kind of heard, just
Oh yeah.
watching things.
I had a
They're
cool,
not putting much out no more.
Yeah,
though,
we had a
you know?
cool. We had a teacher in EI, Alonzo Lee. He produced for Usher. He did Chingy stuff. He gave us
do that right
Yeah.
there.
he gave us one of his examples was he got offered from somebody. They said, "Hey, we'll go to the car lot and buy you a brand new car, or you could have this horse, a racing horse." And and that was a test.
Correct.
They were trying to see the car depreciates immediately off that lot. That horse will do nothing but gain money over time. So it was more of where's your head at. And I feel like the world gives you these tests all the time, and you just have to choose right for you to excel accordingly, according to plan, according to the universe's plan,
Yeah.
So it's like, just, you got to take things deeply, really think about the impact you'll have and that, that you'll be a part of,
Yeah.
just in
I
general.
think too many people are just afraid of putting in the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody's looking for balance.
Mhm.
Work-life balance, whatever the fuck that means. Like
Right.
I think and balance is such a relative fucking term. What might be balance to one is certainly not balance to me. I mean,
Right.
some people's balance is going to the fucking office, putting in their 8 hours,
Mhm.
and then they want to go home and just sit down and watch TV for the next 8 hours.
Yeah, and chill.
Insane.
And they just want to
comfortable.
then they want to do whatever the fuck it is they do on the weekend, go to the bar. And that's their balance. Like they just want to just go to the work and then go work and just go do nothing. Like
Right.
they're happy with that. And then they want to
Sad.
they want to be comfortable now, and then they want to just work for 30, 40, 50 years. So then one day they can retire and not have to work ever again. That's their balance.
What's funny is we all have that common goal.
Yeah, but why not get it sooner?
Yeah, or just why not do it through something that you really care about? Like.
But if
it's
there's
more-
any young people
than
out there
just
listening, man, get it
chase
now.
your dreams.
Yeah, get it
no
now.
doubt.
Yeah, well, my
build
balance is like
bridges.
I want to fucking hustle and grind and work a shit ton for like 5 years, 10 years if I have.
Correct. And be
then,
done.
And then guess what? I got my whole fucking life to just keep killing. Because the thing is, I'm
Yeah.
never gonna stop working.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
The work will never fucking stop. Like I'll
Right.
constantly be working. But like if I'm doing the shit that I want to do,
Is
like,
it really work?
what it's
Right.
what it's about, like that word work can kind of be tricky. Like yeah, I value that word, but it can kind of just be overdone. Because saying like the work will never stop. I think it's just about like building the life that you want to fucking live, and
Yes.
just doing you know,
Right.
doing what you want to do every day, and fucking like having the interactions that you want to have, having the conversations that you want to have, like just designing the fucking life and living the fucking life that you want to live. And if that means for 10 years I got to grind and fucking hustle so that way I can do that for the next 70, 80 years,
Right.
then that's what I'm going to do. Like I'm not going to just, but I want to take my 2 weeks of vacation every year. Fuck that.
Nah, I'll save them up.
I'll forego vacations for a whole decade to fucking go live in Rome for the next like 2 years if I choose to.
Yeah, damn right.
You know, and then you know what? Now I'm gonna go to Australia and go chill here.
Yeah,
And then I'm in like
that's
That's
my.
ideal,
you know what I'm
That's,
saying? Like
the goal is to be able to do whatever, whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? And
Exactly.
be like, I want to go eat here. Cool. No problem. I'm not worried about the money. Hey, I want to go meet you in France. No
Dude,
problem.
I love to be like,
Boom.
hey, I'm gonna go
go.
over here to this
Yeah, let's
hell
go.
big
There should
country
be.
and just
I
go
can't do that
rain
right
money
now,
on them.
but
Right.
let me put the work in. I'll get
I
there.
will. I guarantee it.
Correct.
Right. So
I'm
will
with
you.
it.
I can see it.
100%. So like that's the.
I'd be the guy
balance.
that goes feed starving people.
Hey, that's part of it.
I
though.
would be, bro. I'd
that's
be.
100%,
amazing.
man.
telling
But
you.
my point is, it's just like you're sacrificing a lot on the front end to
Mhm.
live the life that a lot of people will never reach because they won't
Ever.
because they're looking for this type of balance to where they just want things to be easy and
It's just perfect. A fairy tale. And unfortunately, life is not like
And it's
that.
crazy too,
No,
being the
man.
guy when you live trying to get there. It's like, man, you have doubts in
So
your
what you do?
mind. Other people put doubts in your head.
Uh-huh.
It's like you just gotta brush them off, get rid of the negative bullshit, and see what you want.
it's not for the
and
weak.
Yeah,
push
it's
it,
not.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
I like to think about. I mean, since we're talking music, I think of about an artist. You know, Ritz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Rich.
Man, he talks about. He's like, it's been some years since he said
He
this.
been through a lot.
But he was
too.
like, it was 17 fucking years until I made it. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
he's like,
Right.
what are you talking about? Like, I've been here.
Right.
And I just kind of noticed that, like, I have a good buddy. He goes by 420. He lives out in California now.
Mhm.
And he's an artist and he produces and like he has his hands in several different things like DJ and then he's like a can entrepreneur. And shit.
Yeah.
And
7 ways to make money, make a millionaire.
he's out and like one of
Yeah.
one of his hustles that he does like he has like this club that he's at and he brings artists in and like he sells these packages and he does their videos. He's like, we got the girls, we got
Yeah, you
the
told me
music,
about
we
that.
got the
That's right.
bottles.
Yep.
He's like just like so he's out there hustling. But I think about like I've known him since 9th grade, since we were like 15 years old. And then like he started doing the music in high school and like it wasn't that great like we were talking about, and then it gets better and then it gets better, and it's like just see the longevity and the persistence and kind of see where he's at now, and then just like hearing your guys' story, and it's like it's just persistence and just putting in the work, man. Like you're gonna out hustle and outlast the week.
Yes.
It's that
Sure.
simple. It's like everybody's
awesome.
doing it the first year. Everybody's doing it. But then
Hey.
now you're 3 years in, and then
No doubt.
a lot of these people who were here first year all dropped out.
Right.
You know
Hey
what I'm
man,
saying?
we saw it in school.
That's so true, man.
We saw it in school, man. When we first got in, there was what, like 250 people in my
Yeah.
graduating class. When I graduated, man, there was maybe like 50.
Sad.
We will leave. I could come up with an excuse for any situation.
Man,
you
I was
give
in
me.
a prison
know,
the whole time.
Well, I know. That's
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying?
Though the
It's
strong
like-
will survive. If you want something bad enough, you'll get it. And
No excuses.
I mean, that's
I was
how it is.
around heroin addicts. The people were falling out next to me and shit.
That's horrible.
And man, it's like
Hey, you know what's crazy? A humbling experience that you just brought to my head from you that you gave me. We were on the landing, right? And there was a guy that was in the same situation he was in. He was in the Justice Center. And he comes up asking for money. And Lee got like, I guess we were a little intoxicated, but Lee was like, no, get you a job. And he like hammered this guy. We're all over here like, you know, holy shit. Did you just see what fucking Lee's doing? What the? And this
Yeah.
guy, I mean, he hammered this guy. And this
Yeah.
guy, you could tell he was like a sad puppy, like cowering away.
Yeah.
Like he hurt him.
Yeah.
You know, and the dude walked away, and we were all kind of like, man, some might say you're an asshole for that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, for real.
Yeah,
And so look, so this is years later.
Yeah, it's not
This
too long
same
ago.
dude comes up to him while we're at the bar, and just thanked him, gave him a hug, and was like, "Hey, I just want to say that you helped me."
He's like, I got a
And
job
you-
now.
I
I
got
got
a
my
j-
own place.
Word.
I got man. He like was like, I just want to say that you influenced me, and looked
That's
right at
awesome.
him. I mean, that was so amazing
Yeah, man.
to watch the same dude, because I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then he says it, and I'm like, oh man, this is the guy he hammered. And this dude's
Yeah.
like, I just want to say, man, you really helped me.
That's cool.
It was
Tough
like,
love.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know that's
Sometimes
what
it
he
works,
needed, man.
sometimes
That's
it
what he
don't.
needed. Sometimes it doesn't, but
Yeah.
I think that's real love. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man.
To give people like
Knowledge, man. Knowledge is like
Mhm.
knowledge is not free nowadays. You know, I mean, you could say it is and you could say it ain't, but like some knowledge, some real knowledge ain't free. You know,
what you
like I
mean,
learned most of my stuff going through prison and
And
going
it's
through
more, it's not like
meeting
it's not.
meeting people through that have been through those situations and learning
It's-
from that
he-
and taking what they've
In
seen.
another
and
way
done.
to look at it, he's saying not that it's not free, but it's not like always just going to be like, oh, here's great knowledge for you. It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's going to hit you.
Nothing comes
And that's the
easy.
way that
Yeah,
you learn.
knowledge ain't
yeah.
free.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Right.
know what you're saying. Yeah, man. That's a strong point, man.
Yeah.
That's a real strong point.
Ain't free. Ain't no freedom out here, guys.
Because well, I just
I mean, you could be free, do you know, but
Right. Just don't kneel during the anthem,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. Oh, Kaepernick. Nah, he the face of Nike.
I tell
You know what I'm saying? He about to be back in the NFL. Give it like a year. His ass be throwing footballs again.
yeah, he's doing his thing, man. He's
You
doing
know,
his thing. I
the-
saw he
The
released-
Bills gonna sign him.
Right, right.
He gonna go to Buffalo.
Yeah. You watch football.
Yeah, I love football, man. Football's awesome.
That's your shit.
The Rams, bro. Let's go, LA. I'm with the
Yeah,
Rams,
yo,
man.
You stuck with them even.
Yeah, stay with him.
I can dig it.
That's where they came
Yeah,
from.
right. Just give it a couple years. They'll be back.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm starting to see a trend here, okay?
Yeah.
We used to have football in St. Louis. What was it, the Browns?
I don't
And
know.
the
man.
Cardinals?
The Rams.
It's
Oh,
like-
it was the Cardinals. I think the
No, it was
Yeah.
the Browns first. We had the Browns first, I'm pretty sure.
Sure. I'm not gonna argue with
Yeah,
you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Fuck. I know the Cardinals were here.
We
and then
did
they
have
left.
the Cardinals. You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah. I'm the worst sports fan. I don't watch sports.
Fighting's a sport.
Hey.
I don't watch fighting.
Did you like Chuck Liddell?
Yeah, see, back when he
Liddell?
was hot, I used to watch it really.
used to
Yeah, I
watch it
love
back
fighting.
then.
I love UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it then. Well, no, it's like when
Who
I
was your
started,
favorite-
when I
who's your
started
favorite-
fighting, I quit watching it.
Who's your favorite rivalry?
And fighting?
Yeah, and this is we'll do cage fighting, UFC,
Like current or like all time?
All
all
Time.
time. We were just talking about this last night.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
God.
Yes, my son.
I'm trying to find.
So
I don't even know. I mean, there's some classic ones. I mean, you guys obviously just brought to mind like Tito and
Chuck, right?
Tito
That's
and
what I
Chuck,
said.
right?
I'm with it.
Because they're about to fight again.
Yeah,
Which is, I wish they wouldn't.
yeah. I
But,
don't.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was.
I think
that was a
McGregor
good
got
one.
his hands full coming up, man.
I
True.
really like. I wish they would do a McGregor DS3.
Oh, that'd be hard.
I really like
Yeah.
that. But
That was
Yeah.
a hard ass fight,
Mhm.
both
him
of them.
and Khabib would be interesting.
This would be a good fight.
Yeah,
He got his hands full.
yeah, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I don't even. I'm trying to think of rivals. I can think of some really good fights, but I can't think of any like real rivals.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Rashard Evans,
Yeah, and Rampage and
Rampage Jackson.
Were they a rival?
Oh yeah.
See.
they had. Yeah,
already
remember they
forgot.
did I think it was season 1, right?
Yeah.
Ultimate Fighter. It was
Yeah.
them to his coaches. Maybe season 2, but they made them a rival. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was season 2.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Because I think Chuck Liddell and Randy Couture were season
Yeah,
1.
yeah. You're
Yeah,
absolutely
'cause
right.
that's when
Yeah.
Forrest Griffin won.
Who
Mhm.
who
That's
was
very
you?
right. That's what kind of got me
Forrest
into
is
like
awesome.
wanting to like fighting.
Who
Yeah,
got
yeah.
you one? Them?
Mhm.
What?
They did. Who was? You have one fighter that was your inspiration.
Man, no. So I got into fighting because I was like chasing the dream, like I wanted to be an athlete. At first, I thought I was gonna be football. I quickly realized I'm not that great, or that I'm not big enough. And then like it went from I was wrestler, and then I just transitioned into fighting. So I did like early days were definitely like I everybody loved fucking Rampage. Everybody wanted to do that big slam. I like that. But like I was really into like Anderson Silva was kind of a good influence.
He was
stand up wise. And
What
whatnot.
about Pride?
Ooh.
I really didn't get. I wasn't really too hip to Pride, man. Like, it was. I didn't start watching Pride until after I got UFC Prime. And I
Okay.
could watch them all like on tape.
Yeah,
That was
reruns.
hard.
Yeah, but
Those
BJ
were
Penn was a
fights.
big influence.
He was
for me.
awesome.
Hey, he
Agreed.
was a monster.
He was actually my draw to jiu-jitsu. That's what got me into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he was smart.
BJ Penn.
What was I can't believe I'm drawing a blank. Who was a school teacher?
Rich Franklin.
Rich Franklin, man.
Yeah, he was hard.
That's who Anderson Silva fucking demolished
Yeah.
twice, and nobody
Twice.
saw that coming because Rich Franklin was the man at
Yeah,
the
he
time.
was hard.
Man, he was killing
Dude,
folks.
the fact that he was a school teacher and everything, like I will always kind of look at him as an idol, like having the kids you taught watching you fight. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, being in the kid
that's
student.
just cool,
You know what's
man.
weird? That's actually extremely common. I know I have two really good friends that are high-level fighters that
A school teacher?
coach wrestling
Huh.
and teach school. Yeah,
That's awesome.
like they're
So
legit
cool.
teachers. Like one's a
So-
science teacher. I don't know what the other one teaches, but he's like the head wrestling coach over at Cahokia. His name's EJ Brooks.
Yeah.
Dude is
That's what's
sick,
up.
man. He's I think won his last like 5 fights. I think his last 2 fights, one was in like
Hey.
Italy, the other one was in Australia. So he's
Nice.
like coaching full time, teaching, and like legit traveling the world to fight. Like,
That's dope.
yeah, man,
That's
it's
perfect.
It's some dope shit. So
That's a good
badass.
life, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Painful.
yeah,
Can be.
yeah. Man,
I don't
dude,
know. He's having fun, I'm sure.
Right.
he enjoys it. He enjoys
Acceptance.
it. Man, well, hey, man, I've enjoyed talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Tell the folks how they can get a hold of you, man. How can folks get in touch?
Yeah, so on all our social media pages, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, we all have personal ones, but to find those, you just have to go to State of Mind Entertainment. State of Mind Entertainment. If you search that on Google, there's a Riverfront Times article to tell you a little bit more about us, but you'll find our website, you'll find us, and if you do Instagram or Twitter, it's ST and the number 8 OFMINDENT. And that's Instagram and Twitter. So ST8 State of Mind ENT.
I'll link it all in the notes too.
Oh, you can
Cool.
check me out though. Hey, I'm an artist, y'all. You get my personal page.
Hey.
How we getting to you? How we getting to you?
Instagram, you check me out naturally. NATURALLEE 2 L's 84. That's on my Instagram. Just look up naturally anywhere else on my Facebook or Twitter, and you'll find me.
Yeah,
It's
hashtag
simple.
naturally, hashtag State of Mind
Yeah.
ENT. You'll find us.
Cool.
It's good.
Anything else you guys want to leave the folks with before we go?
You know, I got something for y'all. Stay positive. Keep moving. Keep your head up. Grind hard or go home.
Hey.
Hey, I love it. All right, man. We'll get out of here.
Yeah,
Peace.
right on.
St. Louis.